Hi Best Buds, it's Kathy with Kathy's Garden. I'm so happy that you've joined me today. Today we're going to use some large book pages, some book pages, and we're going to make a junk journal. But first let's have our shout out to Dawn, Robin, Tony, Veronica, Butterfly Crafts and Crochet, Sherry, and Darlene. I appreciate each and every one of you. I have a book here, The Ultimate Book of Flowers by Kathleen Patterson. It is a gorgeous book. Inside there are lots of pictures of large pictures of flowers. That's what I wanted to say. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. And that's what we're going to use in our project today. So I have gone ahead and I've selected one. Set that on the floor. This one right here. I think that one is beautiful. We're also going to use some larger book pages. This happens to come from a old typing book. I bought it at the used bookstore. But first I need to mount it onto some coffee dyed paper because it's rather thin. So I'm going to do that by using a glue stick and simply applying my glue to the back and then placing it on top of, whoop, right at the end of my glue stick. Placing my paper on top of my coffee dyed copy paper. And yeah, I think I want to put it on this way. And then just smoothing it out, getting all the little bumps out, making sure everything's adhered nicely, trimming around the edge, and then I went ahead and I took it to my machine and I sewed around the edge as well. So mine looks just like this. Let's go ahead and grab our picture right here. Now, someone's going to ask me what size this is. This is 10.5 by 7.5. This one we're going to have to trim. Now, I've got two-sided paper. I could either use this or I could use this. I think because this picture comes all the way to the edge, this one might be a better choice. This one doesn't start to further back, but I do love those colors. I really love these colors. I want to use this side and not use this one. This is going to be the inside. It's not that you're not going to see it. It's just that this will be the outside cover. I'm going to tell my paper that I want to fold it back just a little bit. So I'm simply taking my finger and kind of telling it we're gonna fold it right here. I'm going to fold it about a 1/2 inch. I find that the smaller the fold and the stronger the paper, the more it wants to resist. That is not what I was looking for. I want this right here. All right, then I'm going to glue this shut right here. This is a wonderful way to use those large book pages as well as the large book picture pages. Just getting this to stick nicely. It's not wanting to stick quite yet. I think I'm looking for a little bit of a wipe. Paper towel, it's still not sticking well. There, I think it's going to. Okay, it finally grabbed a hold. Oh, no, it didn't. I know I put glue in there. Why is it taking so long? Well, I'm going to put some more glue in there because I don't know what's happening. So just a little bit more glue. Okay, now I need to make this page the same size as this page. And I'm simply going to do that by placing this one on top of the other. And I'm just going to mark with my pencil right here. I need to cut it here, I need to cut it here. I'm going to bring in my larger guillotine and I'm going to do just that. I'm going to just trim it right off. Get it in here. and then turning it to the other end and getting that trimmed off as well. Now let's check the side. That's going to be perfect. All right, now what I'd like to do, remember that's the inside, this is the outside, this is going to be my cover. I'm going to fold it over, let me look at my notes, 4.5 inches. So let's see, that's 4. I need a half. I need 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's still not right. There's 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. There's 4.5. Alrighty. Give this, I'm just looking to make sure I'm lined up correctly. Give this a crease right here. I'm going to bring in my book page now. I'm looking at my book page, and the writing comes all the way down to the end of this end, and it's not here. So this is what I want to be the front. So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to fold this one over 3.5 inches. So that's 3.5 right there, and we're going to give this a nice crease. This is such an easy way to add some extra writing papers in your junk journal, as well as an add-on or even as a standalone. Either way will be perfect. All right, so we're going to want to go ahead and glue this together just like this. So I'm going to do that by adding my glue to this side. Now you could make an extra pocket on the back if you'd like by just adding the glue to the 3 sides, or you could go ahead and glue it all the way down. I'm actually going to glue it all the way down. So adding my glue to my paper, and then bringing it to the edge right here, lining it up, there we go, and then just pressing it down. And as you can see, you're going to have the other side of the paper show as well. So isn't that gorgeous? That's so pretty. And then it's going to fold closed just like that. And we've bent this over and folded it, glued it, so that it's stronger right there on the edge. And this is backed by the other coffee-dyed copy paper, so it's strong. I have some folded lined book pages. I've coffee-dyed them, and there's 4 of them, and I've just folded them in half. And we can use these to stick right here into our cover that we've made. Now I do need to mark right here because I need to make this just a little shorter. I think I'd like to mark it about right there. I'm going to grab my paper clips, and I'm going to just simply hold these together as I cut that. I don't want them to move on me. So adding my paper clips and bringing in my larger guillotine. I might have to move this back a little bit. I'm going to go ahead. Whoa, I've never done that before. I can't say that again, can I? Okay. I'm putting it in this way because when you cut pages, you need to cut where the opening is, and the pages won't move as much. If I turned it around the other way and had this opening right here on this bottom, they would tend to move. So that's why I'm doing it this way. Just getting it so it's as thin as I can. All right. Now I'm going to remove this and see how this looks inside our cover. That's going to be wonderful. We can go ahead and we can round our edges. And I'm actually going to take it right now in this stage that it's at. And, well, I'm not doing a very good job. I might have to do that one at a time. I'm going to sew this all the way around. I know a lot of you don't have sewing machines, but you can see that it looks perfectly fine if you don't have a sewing machine and you choose not to sew it. But I'm actually going to take it right now and sew it. All right, this is how it looks now that I've sewn it. And I'm going to go ahead and we're going to sew in our signature. I'm looking for a scrap sheet of paper. You're going to want to get a little strip of paper approximately 1 inch wide, and I'm simply going to cut it the length of our little journal here. So it's the length of our journal, and I'm going to fold it in half the long way. I can't seem to get rid of this piece of string. And then I'm going to fold it in half again. This is my little trick to getting your signature holes evenly spaced without having to measure, because, oh my, me and measuring. Okay, and fold it one more time. Just trying to get it to bend for me here. Alrighty. Now, where the folds are and the folds intersect, we're going to open this up and we're going to just make a little dot with our pencil or pen right here. Then we're going to place our pages where we want them in our signature. I want them right here because it's going to be just like this. So I want them right here on this side. I'm first going to put these together. They seem to be out of whack here. I'm going to first get them all together. I'm going to use a smaller paper clip. They're tighter than my bigger ones. And I'm going to do it on this side as well. Okay, then I'm going to pop it right in here. And then we're going to need to paper clip it to our actual journaling page itself. Let's see, that's so very loose. Making sure it's right in the crease, the spine, what's going to become our spine. Alrighty, this is where our little cheat sheet comes in. We're going to place this right in the spine, right here, and we're going to paper clip it in. Make sure it's right in the spine. That's not in the spine, that's above the spine. I'll keep turning it around and around, don't I, guys? Get it in here. For some reason, it just doesn't feel like it's in there. Okay. Alrighty. Now what you'll want to do, I've got a little piece of packing material. I've got my awl, and I've got my needle with my thread, and I'm just going to measure 1, 2, 3, and then give it a trim. I know some of you have seen me do this so many times, but I know a lot of you maybe have not. So I'm going to take my awl and I'm going to put my awl in straight up and down with the tip at the mark that we made, and make sure it comes all the way through. Up and down. Don't forget that. Don't want to make it crooked. Well, that was crooked. Huh. As I said that, don't make it crooked. It went crooked on me. Alrighty, so now we have our needle and thread. Go in your center hole and pull it. Don't pull the string all the way through. Leave yourself a little tail. And then one of the other holes, go in. checking to make sure it's not caught on anything, all the way down to the other hole, and then back in to the center, making sure we come out on the other side of the center thread from our first stitch. So we've got one on this side and one on this side. And I'm simply going to trim it, remove the needle, and I'm going to give it a light pull, and I'm going to tie it in a knot. Now you can add dangles if you wish. I'm not going to do so at this time. Just going to simply trim it off. This is just a very quick and simple little way to make a journal by using things that aren't digitals. So I know some of you don't have access. Maybe you don't have a printer. Maybe you know, maybe you don't have someone to help you like I do. My daughter and my son-in-law help me so much. All right, so now we've got our signature sewn in to our little journal here. And then maybe you'd like to put some pockets on either side. Now, I have a bag right here, and I just thought that it would be really sweet if we take this bag and let's trim off this extra spot right here. We don't need this on. Let's trim this. We got that trimmed. Now let's find about the center. So it's going to be somewhere around here. And let's give it a mark. Put it back in here. Just like that. So now we have two pieces that we can use for our pockets. So it's open at both ends right here, but you can close one end and close the other end after we trim it to fit right here, and then we can make a pocket out of this, and it's really quite pretty. Now since I've sewn everything else, I am going to sew these two little pockets as well. I do have an example that I'm going to show you at the end that's fully decorated to give you some ideas on how you could decorate your little junk journal that we just made right here. So this is going to fit right here, and this one's going to fit right here, and I'll be right back after I sew them. All right, I have them to wear now. I can just simply glue down the pocket by adding my glue here and just laying them where I want the pocket to be. There we are. And then go to this side and do the exact same thing. Quick and easy pockets. And decorative too. That's a pretty little bag. Oh, I want to put it on the top as well. All right. And then just pop it right there where you want it to go. And then go ahead and press it down. And there you have the basis of your junk journal. Now here's one that I've completely decorated to give you some ideas on what it might look like when you decorate yours. So I've got a dangle there with pearls, and I've got the cotton bow and the cotton ruffle with the flat back pearls. And I have some sari silk from Crimson Heart Studios and a little label. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I think that's so sweet. And then as you open it up, you'll find the little pockets like we just made together. And I put two little pieces of ephemera with the little organza bow, and I've got some coffee dyed paper in here, and I've got two more journaling cards on this end and another ruffle with a little bit of flat back pearls right there. And it comes together so quick and easy. You guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up. I invite you to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. I'll see you there, guys. Bye now.